It took me 29 years of mistakes, setbacks, and self sabotage to learn what I'm about to share with you in the next 10 minutes. This video will save you years of confusion by giving you the realization I wish someone would have gave me earlier. As of today, I'm 29 years old, and there's a lot of game and things I wish people would have told me while I was growing up. And these my 29 years of living on earth, I wish they would have told me. So make sure you watch to the end of the vid to get all the game and everything you need to not make the same mistakes I have made in my life. I've been the one that couldn't control my liquor, couldn't control my actions, always starting to be outside. I needed friends. I thought life was just easy and I always had time. But the truth is, that wasn't the case. I had to understand my life only changed when I started taking responsibility. It's no one else's fault that I am in a situation or were in the situations I was in, but my own self. I wanted to be around those people. I wanted to step out. I wanted to drink instead of lock in. I wanted to spend my money on things that I really didn't need. That's why I stress the fact of no impulsive spending in my program, because that is one thing that holds me back from investing in myself and living to my full potential. I wish someone would have told me to take more responsibility. I wish I paid attention to my parents more to see whether they did take more responsibility or they didn't, so I know whether to do that or not do that. You know, I wasn't taking responsibility for my actions. I wasn't taking responsibility for the things I had going on, relationship, jobs. Like, I really had a I don't give a fuck mindset. To a certain degree, that shit works, but to a certain degree, that shit does not work. Your life, your dreams, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, that shit matters because it can end you up in a few different places. Jail, in the jail, 6 feet under, or just living a terrible fucking life, not noticing who is that person that's in the mirror. You don't rise to your goals, you rise to your standards. I've had goals, of course, every year, same goal, but I didn't have standards. I was linking up with any and everybody. I was letting any and everybody have access to me. I didn't know that not letting people have access to me and not being so much in people's face was a good thing. I thought I had to be out. I thought I had to be at each party, every function, every kickback. But if I truly would have did what I'm doing now, I would have been more further than I am now. But I chose to go be outside. I chose to not have good standards. I didn't have a standard on food I eat, the money I spent, the people I would be around, friends. I didn't have no type of standard or even structure of my life at all. But I had goals. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to make money. I knew I wanted to be in front of a camera. I knew I wanted to do something in that area, but I couldn't figure it the fuck out. I was too lost in the sauce. But once I figured out, I gotta live up to my standards each and every day. And not only live up to my standards, actually have standards. Have standards being in a relationship. Have standards while working a job. Have standards of your home, of yourself. You gotta respect yourself more than anything. How can you respect someone else and you don't even respect yourself? You gotta have morals. Shit you gonna go for, shit you not gonna go for. And I wish somebody would have been upfront and real with me about myself and what I was doing. They just saw, oh, you at this party doing this, you making this money, but they didn't tell me about myself so I can learn or I can see that I'm fucking up. Or now in life, I'm trying to catch up rather than me noticing that from before. The people around you shape you more than you think. The people that you be around the most, whether it's your friends, your job, family, yourself, just random people outside, you become those people. You start to take away things from what they have going on and what they do, even the way they talk, the way they move. You start liking certain things. They drinking every day, now you drinking every day. You don't smoke, but now you're smoking. You don't talk recklessly, now you talking recklessly. You feed off their energy. You become the people you mostly be around. Once I figured that shit out, it set me free. They got karma, now it becomes your karma. Their life stuff becomes your life stuff. And y'all just become a ball of fucking mess. Once I detach myself from other people and I start putting myself in these groups, even if you don't have to be around, even if you cannot be around these people in person, Join a community of like-minded individuals. Get a mentor. Do a one-on-one mentorship. Get a program. Invest in yourself. Invest in things like that and get around people that are like you, people that are smarter than you, people that make more money than you. Because the only thing is you're going to learn, get more knowledge, and you're going to start to do differently. Them people are around you. Look at those people that are around you. People that's in your phone that you talk to every day. People you work around. Do you want to be like them motherfuckers? Because the people I work around, I don't want to be like none of them motherfuckers. Not one shape or form. The people I used to hang around, I don't want to be like none of them motherfuckers. No way, shape, or form. I want to be like me, the person I'm trying to become, the best version of myself. Making $30K a month. Moving out my hometown. Making sure my mom, my dad is good. Making sure the people I'm around, the people I love truly is good. Not having to clock into a 9 to 5. Not basing how cool I am off how many parties I go to or how much I drink or smoke or as much tea or stuff I'm seeing on the phone. I don't want to be like the motherfuckers. I want to be like myself. That's it. I want to be the person that God made me to be. He made me to do his work, which is help people become the best version of themselves and also help myself. Your emotions are not instructions. The worst thing I have done was move off emotions. Let my emotions take over situations when it could have been way differently. It could have been a way better outcome, but I acted based off my emotions instead of just taking a breather, taking a break, and actually thinking about and understanding the situation I put myself in, or the situation I made someone else feel. I started acting off emotions. Your emotions, sometimes they're not real. You be delusional about certain things. Sometimes we're human. We make up things in our head. We make up things in our head based off things that we have been through. And sometimes it's really not there. And sometimes it's not that fucking deep. Nowadays, I think like you don't put your hands on me, you can say do whatever you want, as long as you don't put your hands on me. I don't gotta act off emotions. I got a lot of shit to lose. That's my mindset now. Before I really didn't give a fuck. I didn't care if you knew my business. I didn't care if I was just so upset and mad in a relationship. I would go and say and tell people stuff. I'm still working on that now. Keeping it inside of the relationship and working it out. Consistency beats talent, motivation, and intelligence. If you become more consistent with everything you do, you build the momentum. And that's how you win. That's how you become the best version of yourself. Be more consistent with your money, your relationships, the way you talk, the way you move, the things you do, your daily habits, your daily non-negotiables. Become consistent with posting. Become consistent with tracking. Become consistent in your mind with your mindset, the things that you do that will set you free. Before motivation, before talent, before intelligence, you being consistent will take you further than any of that shit could. Because you could be smart as fuck, but you don't show up. You may show up once a month. You could be talented, but you might come to one practice. That don't make you a benefit to the team. You got to become more consistent. Being consistent is easier more than you think. Once you become consistent, you show up X amount of times, it becomes second nature, and that's just going to be your lifestyle. That's how we start to build a better lifestyle. We become more consistent in those good habits instead of those bad habits and the things that we really want in our life. Think of your life like a GPS. If you don't put in a destination, you'll wander for years. But even when you finally set the destination, the GPS doesn't move you. You have to start it. For the most of my life, I knew where I wanted to go, but I never pressed start. When I finally did, everything aligned faster than I expected. So that's it for the vid. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you gained any type of value, man, please leave a like or even just a comment. Peace.